A production fee was paid to WBBZ-TV from the Erie County Agricultural Society for this special presentation, with sponsorship from Milk for Health and Paula's Donuts. It's time for Fair Day Live, with everything you need to know about the Erie County Fair, with interesting people, places, and events at the Hamburg Fairgrounds. With that and more surprises, here's Liz Mantell.
What day is it? What day of the fair is it? It's Wednesday, and we have a great show. From helping you fix your tire to taking you to the air, we're going to talk AAA. And speaking of air, we're going to talk Big Air, plus something that has taken off in the fair, and that's coming up in food. We got plenty to talk about today, and there's plenty to do today at the fair. Let's give you a rundown. Well, we've got of course, our two ceremonies every night. Our firefighter honoree of the day is Julius Leone from the Fredonia Fire Department. Now, the firefighter honor ceremony takes place 6 p.m. outside of the Firemen's Building. We also then head down to Slade Park for a flag retreat ceremony. And our honoree today is James Manley. He was in the Air Force from 1968 to 1972. Again, two great ceremonies that you can catch every night. The Erie County Fair Band is there, and it's just something special to witness. So stop by 6 and 6:30. The Open Hog Show happens at 7 p.m. tonight in the Showplex, and Buckets and Boards on the Avenue of Flags. Matt Levinston and Gary Seaver headline this hilarious new act of the fair. You're definitely going to want to catch that out. And tonight, a free show. It's the Motor Event Series. Yes, the ATV Big Air Tour that happens at 3 and 7. And if you're coming to the fair today, make sure you save a couple of bucks online. You can get your tickets for $17 at ecfair.org. If you want to wait for the gate, you can do that too. Credit card only, $20. Kids 12 and under are free, parking free as well. And once you're on ecfair.org, getting your tickets, get the rundown of the day, food coupons, other coupons. And of course, today is the last day for the New Food Showdown. You can get the run of the new foods that are coming. Try them out, vote for them. You can also do it on the mobile app. All right, when you come to the fair, it's fun, right? It's an adventure. Some people think of it as part of their vacation, but when we're talking vacations, sometimes we gotta think AAA. I think sometimes when people think AAA, they think I've got a flat, but that's not true. Elizabeth Carey from AAA, thank you so much for coming.
Sure, super happy to be here. It's like the Liz and Elizabeth show.
It is. Everyone keeps saying Liz, and we what? What? You talking to me? You talking to me? How has your fair been so far?
Well, it's been great for me. It's a little bit harder for our guys out in the truck. So AAA is on standby throughout the entire fair in the parking lot. So whether you're a AAA member, non-member, doesn't matter. Any fair goer, if you have trouble with your car, flat tire, keys locked in the car, dead battery, these things happen, you know?
They happen.
Yeah. Car stuck in the mud.
We had a little bit of rain yesterday.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you don't have to be a AAA member?
No, this is a service that we're providing in conjunction with our partnership with the Erie County Fair. So our guys are on standby in the trucks. If anything goes wrong, they're there to help you out. So just let your parking lot attendant know you need some help. They'll call over, and next thing you know, AAA to the rescue.
What a great service.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. But now outside of the fair, listen, often when I'm traveling and someone goes, oh, don't worry, I have AAA. I said, oh, you got AAA, so we can get into some trouble and we'll be okay.
Right.
People often think about that. That's the go-to. I've got problems, I got to call AAA. You guys actually do so much more than that.
We really do. People think of it just for that road service, which, we're known for. It's been over 100 years. But there's also travel, there's driver training, there's insurance, there's so much more to it. All these kinds of member discounts and things. So we try to let people know, like, we're not just there to rescue you on the roadside. You can get all this other stuff through AAA.
Oh, yeah. When I go to book hotels, I go, okay, let me get my AAA card, let me put it in. And you do. You get the discounts.
You do.
Speaking of hotels, speaking of traveling, what's kind of hot this summer?
So there's two different things going on. One is the old-fashioned summer road trip. Always really popular. Tons of people taking summer road trips. And we're going to see that straight through Labor Day. People still saying, where can I still get to go? And some people are trying to avoid air travel because there's been some hiccups with the air travel. So we're still seeing the good old-fashioned road trips. Those are places like East Coast beaches, the Finger Lakes, out west to the national parks, people traveling across the country. But then the other side of travel that's been really huge this year is international travel. So these numbers up over 200% compared to last year. Because you think about the pandemic and restrictions that were in place, and then it was just like people flooded. They want to go to places like Rome. They want to go to London. They want to go to Ireland. People taking international cruises. So that's the other aspect of it that's really popular right now.
All right, let's go back to road trips for a minute, because my distinct memory from growing up, whenever I went on a road trip with my grandma, we'd have to stop at AAA. so she could get a triptych.
Okay, of course.
Are you still
Can't go
doing
without
that?
it. Yes, we still do the good old-fashioned road trip, but it's a little bit different. Back in the day, they would actually take a highlighter and highlight each page that you'd flip on your trip by hand with that highlighter. So now a computer does that, but we still do build the triptychs for everyone.
The magic's gone. I was so impressed. They knew where they were going. I mean, you look at a map today and I'm lost. Let's just be honest, we rely a little bit too much on technology.
We're spoiled with the GPS.
But they could just watching them, and they knew exactly what route to take. But the point is, they still offer it. But I'm just saying, the nostalgia.
Right. You're like, come on, that's not written by hand. It's perfect.
Get that special circle marker out. I want that one.
But they'll let you know, like construction sites, like the rest stops that are closed on the New York State Thruway. You'll know all this stuff ahead of time. It is handy, and what we're seeing is so many people, like I said, going out west to the national parks. You're out in the wilderness, like all of a sudden you get out there, you're like, wait a minute, my GPS isn't working, like my phone's not working. So people are coming in, they're getting maps, triptychs, and atlases. Like an atlas is the #1 selling thing in our travel stores.
I love that. You know, but that does, like back when I first started driving, first my dad had to teach me how to change the oil. For some reason, if you got stuck on the side of the road, you had to know how to change the oil. But also, he's like, all right, here's your state map, here's your city map, and here's your atlas. And if you ever get lost, and I'm like, well, if I ever get lost, I'm crying at a payphone. But it's the fact that that's like coming back again is amazing. And it's because technology these days, sometimes you can't really trust it.
Right. Well, that's why dads are the best, because he was preparing you. But that's why we always say, AAA, it's like calling dad,
I love that. Yeah. All right. So have you traveled anywhere this summer?
Okay. My daughter started doing this travel lacrosse team. So we went to 5 states this summer. So talk about those AAA discounts at the hotels. I used them for sure. But we did make a vacation out of it and went to Ocean City, Maryland, and it was our first time there. And I highly recommend it. It's just so funny. Like the heat of summer, people flocking to the shore, and you see that Ocean City, New Jersey, Ocean City, Maryland, all the way down the coast, Myrtle Beach, etc. But people just want to be near the water, and it's almost a rite of passage in the summertime to go and do that.
Absolutely. All right. So the fair, we're getting ready to wind down. School is kind of getting ready to start, but we do still have those last opportunities. What is, you think, your go-to like one-tank trip?
If you want to go somewhere that's a one-tank getaway, like the Finger Lakes are great. I was just in Keuka Lake over the weekend. 2.5 hours there, you're relaxing. It's so beautiful. You can go visit Hammondsport. It's like a little piece of Americana, come back home. We're seeing a lot of that. Some people just go into Niagara Falls, Chautauqua, in the region right there for those one-tank trips. And of course, if you want some more action, you can do the theme parks like Darien Lake, etc. People trying to create that end of summer bucket list at this time of year where they want to go.
All right, and then any hot trips this winter?
Well, there's a few different things going on. AAA is doing a lot of these group travel trips. So, for instance, we have trips to the Bills game.
Oh, yes.
Bills versus the Jets, season opener. There's still spots available on that. So that's a motor coach with a game ticket, Bills Mafia party and everything. So a lot of people signing up to do that. But then also there's a lot of trips over the winter. All different sorts of cruises. Cruises are really popular right now.
Yep, that makes sense.
Great deals on cruises. That's just going to be where you're going to get one of the best deals out there right now.
All right, so if people want to learn more about the Bills trips or the cruises, where do they need to go?
You just go to AAA.com/travel, and all the travel information is there.
Awesome. Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much. And don't forget, if you get stuck on the fairgrounds or you need help, just tell the parking attendant, I need AAA. All right, when we come back, we're going airborne.
Fair Day Live continues after this.
The Erie County Fair has something for everyone. For the foodie, for the moments, for the races, for the dancers, for the animals, for the thrills, for the crashes, for the best 12 days of summer. Visit the Erie County Fair August 9th through 20th. Buy your tickets at ecfair.org.
Start your day the Paula's way. Whether you're on your way to the fair or another hometown summer destination, take the great taste of Paula's with you. Donuts, pastries, bagels, beverages, sandwiches, and more. We're family owned and operated. Paula's products are made fresh, the old-fashioned way. Voted #1 by Buffalo Spree magazine. Paula's Donuts, made with love. In Tonawanda, Williamsville, West Seneca, and Larkinville and Buffalo. Get the sweet details at paulasdonuts.com.
Imagine a world without milk. It would be a tragic, tasteless existence. After all, with no cheese, how would anyone know when to smile? With no milk, why would anyone want to? But there is hope. Your Western New York dairy farmers are committed to providing the most wholesome, delicious milk products possible, returning smiles to tables and order in the universe.
So, everyone's okay with a cow in the house?
Milk for Health. The guys with the cows.
Stop by the WBBZ-TV gazebo next to the historical building at the Erie County Fair. Make a $1 donation to Prevention Focus and spin to win the Wheel of Summer Fun, where everyone wins, making safe and healthy happen for hometown kids. With support from Babcia's Pierogi, Salvatore's Pizza, Stolat Restaurant, and Chef's Restaurant. Look for the WBBZ-TV gazebo at the Erie County Fair, August 9th through the 20th.
Welcome back to Fair Day Live.
There is so much entertainment at the fair, and there's a wide variety of it. And this one is all about excitement and feeling the rush and getting that big air, because it's the ATV Big Air Tour. We've got Derek with us today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, so pumped to be back here. We love this. This is one of our favorite fairs of the year.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Why is that?
You know, so we're from Minnesota, so we traveled a great ways to get here, and we travel all over the country. But this one, flying in to Buffalo, one of our guys actually grew up here. He was born here in Buffalo.
Cool.
So it's kind of like his home stomping grounds, and this one kind of sets up a big week for us. On Friday, we're going to the Iowa State Fair, and then next weekend, we're at the Nebraska State Fair. So this one kind of kicks off like our the last leg of the season, and man, it's just a lot of fun.
So what exactly happens during your show? I mean, I get the big air part, but what does that mean?
Yeah, so we've got huge launch ramps out on the floor today. We're launching like 80 feet in distance. We're 30 feet off the ground. We're backflipping motorcycles, and we've got 4 of the best ATV riders in the country here today. And it's a fun show for kids and families, and man, you see like these superheroes flying through the air, and it's exciting. It's a live show. Anything can happen, and like when you see how much air we're getting, you understand why we call it Big Air.
How do you train for this? Because I can imagine that first time you're like, I gotta hit the ramp and do what?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years. Me and my brother kind of started this whole thing from the ground up, and you know, you work yourself way into it. It's definitely don't try this at home. We've got a disclaimer in the show, like it's serious, but yeah, it's kind of stuff you kind of just work yourself into. And I started on BMX, and then you kind of start riding motorcycles, and then eventually we just got into flying four-wheelers. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a hard thing that we just started just taking it bigger and bigger every year. So
now you're saying you have 4 of the biggest ATV riders here for the show?
Yeah, yep.
And so when you say 4 of the biggest riders, are there competitions that happen?
You know, there's not really, but you know, we make films, and we're kind of just like the biggest in the industry, you could call it. And these guys are like, we're launching bigger than anybody else in the country, in the world, to be honest. Like we're flying up there, and there's just not a whole lot of guys that have the courage to kind of do it. So yeah, it's big when you see it in person.
So how do you develop the show? Like what do you think captivates people, and how do you kind of plan your show around that?
You know, it's been really awesome. My brother was the first person in the world to ever backflip a four-wheeler. So we've been to like 30 some countries on the biggest tours in the world. And just, you know, being on those tours and learning what they're doing, and like these huge productions, kind of just wrapped all that stuff up in our own tour. And then we just started this own tour on our own and just took it out there. So it's really aimed at, you know, entertaining the kids and bringing the family and just having a good time. You know, motorsports and motocross, all that stuff, it's a family environment, and we kind of just bring that into shows. And, you know, here in Erie, the Erie County Fair, maybe, I don't know if motocross is in the area, but we bring motocross in these little stadiums. So if you're into any of that kind of stuff, it's just geared for the moto heads, and the sound here is awesome. We've got a huge rock show, and it's just a good time.
So you have 2 shows, 3 and 7. How long do the shows last?
Yeah, so the matinee is a 1-hour show, and then the evening is an hour and a half. So we play games. We actually have this game called ATV Tennis that we've developed, and we get people on the floor. They're throwing tennis balls at us, flying through the air. And if they hit us, you can win prizes like a goggles, helmets, jerseys,
really?
All kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, it's a really fun way to get people involved, and we're giving away some awesome prizes tonight. So just great sponsors that give us cool stuff, and it's like, yeah, just throw it out, and the kids love it.
Where are you guys on the fairgrounds?
Just right out here on the grandstand. So yeah, 3 o'clock and 7:30, and then as soon as the shows are done, we do a meet and greet. So everybody can come get a free autograph card, get your photos, meet the guys. I mean, we've got some really cool guys. They're covered in tattoos, like they're gnarly guys, but they are the kindest human beings you'll ever meet. So it's it's a really fun family atmosphere, and when we're all together, it's just a lot of fun.
So I have to go back to how you prep to do all the stunts. You know, when you see like Olympic athletes training to do their big air stuff, they're diving into a pool. I can't imagine you're taking an ATV into a pool. Do you have a place where you're practicing these that if it doesn't work out, you're okay?
Yeah, you know, just in the last 20 years, like when we started, there was none of that stuff available. So we were doing it all to dirt and steel landings, and just you were a gladiator if you survived those days. Now we have a state-of-the-art landing ramp that's all air-powered, and it takes away a lot of the impact, and it takes away a huge amount of the risk, and hopefully you can walk away from that kind of stuff. But we have, you know, probably the best equipment you could possibly have in the industry. And like I said, don't try this stuff at home.
Right.
But it makes it a little bit safer for me to get home to my wife and kids and everybody else. So.
What's it like for you? Okay, because I have to imagine growing up, did you ever think that you could turn this into a career?
Absolutely not. I'm a farm kid. I grew up a dairy farmer, and my mom and dad still farm corn and soybeans. And at the farm, we had snowmobiles, we had four-wheelers. I've been riding since I've probably been like 4 or 5 years old. And man, you just kind of just step that into it, and away we go. Here we go, flying this. And you know, after 20 years of doing it, we just kept getting bigger and bigger, and just stuck with it, and a lot of commitment.
Do you find yourself wandering over to the barns when you have some downtime to kind of feel at home?
I love the fairs. Like, this
Yeah.
is home for me. Like, I'm a farm kid, and I think that's kind of like a lot of the guys here are country kids, and like I feel like the country people are maybe just a little bit crazier.
Well, they're willing to try things.
Yeah, you just get bored, especially in the wintertime with us in Minnesota. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do in the snow other than watching motocross movies and just getting you all fired up? And come springtime, we're just launching whatever you can find.
That's really, okay, so people can find you out on the fairgrounds, 3 and 7. Where are you located again?
Yeah, just right here on the grandstand. So
Perfect.
Yeah, can't miss it.
And then if they want to find you online, they want to watch those videos, where can they find you?
Yeah, ATV Big Air Tour. You can see our films, our merchandise, all the cool stuff. And then, like I said, you can see us for the rest of the season. We got a big schedule we just did 12 shows in about 3 weeks there. So we're just kind of like in the...
You're cruising.
We're in the heart of the season. And after we get through this, we're just, yeah, it's
Perfect.
It's good.
Well, Derek, thanks for coming in. Make sure you guys check out the big show, the ATV Big Air Show, happening at 3 and 7. And when we come back, something that you can dig into. We'll be right back.
Fair Day Live continues after this.
The Erie County Fair has something for everyone. For the foodie, for the moments, for the races, for the dancers, for the animals, for the thrills, for the crashes, for the best 12 days of summer. Visit the Erie County Fair August 9th through 20th. Buy your tickets at ecfair.org.
Start your day the Paula's way. Whether you're on your way to the fair or another hometown summer destination, take the great taste of Paula's with you. Donuts, pastries, bagels, beverages, sandwiches, and more. We're family owned and operated. Paula's products are made fresh, the old-fashioned way. Voted #1 by Buffalo Spree Magazine. Paula's Donuts, made with love, in Tonawanda, Williamsville, West Seneca, and Larkinville in Buffalo. Get the sweet details at paulasdonuts.com.
Imagine a world without milk. It would be a tragic, tasteless existence. After all, with no cheese, how would anyone know when to smile? With no milk, why would anyone want to? But there is hope. Your Western New York dairy farmers are committed to providing the most wholesome, delicious milk products possible, returning smiles to tables and order in the universe.
So, everyone's okay with a cow in the house?
Milk for health. The guys with the cows.
Stop by the WBBZ-TV gazebo next to the historical building at the Erie County Fair. Make a $1 donation to Prevention Focus and spin to win the Wheel of Summer Fun, where everyone wins, making safe and healthy happen for hometown kids. With support from Babcia's Pierogi, Salvatore's Pizza, Stolat Restaurant, and Chef's Restaurant. Look for the WBBZ-TV gazebo at the Erie County Fair, August 9th through the 20th.
Welcome back to Fair Day Live.
All right, when we started the fair, we had Jessica Underberg on, the CEO of the fair, and I said, Jessica, what is the food that you find yourself going to when you're on the fairgrounds? And she said, the Brazilian Bowl. She loves it. So I said, we got to have him on the show. Devin from Brazilian Bowls is here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so she just raved about it, and so you actually brought some dishes for us. Now, these look healthy. These look healthy, and I'm digging it. So why don't you tell us what you have here today?
So the first one is the acai bowl.
That's this one?
Yeah, it's like a smoothie acai mix on the bottom.
Okay.
Granola, and then you get your choice of toppings with whatever kind of fruit. So that one has pineapple, strawberry, and banana with a little bit of honey. That one's Nutella.
Nutella. Ooh.
Nutella.
I love it. And then this one looks really pretty because of the colors.
Yes, the dragon fruit. Dragon fruit's awesome. That has banana, blueberries.
Let me tip it for you so you can see.
Yeah, and it's coated with honey.
But what you're saying is you can get whatever you want on
Yeah,
them.
basically any fruit you can get on top.
Okay, well, obviously I'm going to try these because I don't know if you're familiar. That's what I do on this show. But these are just two of the samplings. This is actually in the New Food Showdown, which, by the way, let me double check. Yes, today is the last day for the New Food Showdown, so you can go by, try it, and then make sure you vote for them. But you also have other things that you guys offer. Tell us about what else is on your menu.
Yes, our main product we call it a Brazilian bowl. We do charcoal chicken, Brazilian steak, and you get a choice over our bases, which is like a Brazilian French fry, rice, beans, and then we have a load of toppings: corn, green beans, and then we make all of our sides, pico, chimichurri. I mean, there's a list of and then we make our own sauces too.
I love it. Well, first of all, this is delicious, by the way. This is the dragon fruit one. But I love it because when you come to the fair, you think in your head, okay, I can get a corn dog, I can get fried stuff, but then you've got this just out of left field, and people are digging it.
They really are. I mean, I think everyone goes to the fair for the fried food, but I think it's changing a lot, and everyone wants a healthier option. You can't go all day with I guess you can, but some people are looking for those.
Yeah.
Some people are looking for those healthier options.
Where are you guys located on the fairgrounds?
We're right across from Butcher Boys. I don't even know the name of the road. The main road there.
Now you're putting me on the spot too.
Broadway.
I love it because I always ask this question of where are you guys located, and every time I get scared because they're going to look at me and I'm not going to know the names either. Basically, just walk around and look. You'll find it.
Yes. Broadway, though.
Broadway. All right. So people come. They can get a refreshing item. They can get one of your bowls, and you guys have. We were talking before the show, and I do want to talk to you about this because I do think this is great because we hear this all the time. You said that coming to this fair is one of your favorite fairs to come to.
Yes, it's first of all, it's clean, it's super well organized, and the best part is everyone has passion for it to get it better. If there's something wrong, they fix it. Everything, stuff goes wrong. There's always something that goes wrong at a fair, an issue, and everything seems to everyone has passion to make the fair better, it seems.
Yeah, I love it when all the food vendors, all the vendors, but the food vendors seem to just have this camaraderie.
Yes.
It's like a community within a bigger community. And so it's just something that you hear often. And so when you came in and we started talking, you started talking about how much you love the fair. And it's that's why I love doing this because everyone wants to be here. Everyone's happy to be here, and everyone wants to make it better.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you run out of tomatoes, you literally could go next door to your fellow concessionaire and be like, hey, I need tomatoes. Box of tomatoes.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, New Food Showdown, it wraps up today. There's a ton of different vendors that are involved in it. You can get the full list, ecfair.org. You can also get it on the mobile app, and this is one of them. So make sure you check out both of these food items, give it a taste, give them a vote, and I'm going to eat some more as we go into break. Devin, thank you so much for coming in, and when we come back, I'll still be eating this, but we'll wrap up the show.
Fair Day Live continues after this.
The Erie County Fair has something for everyone. For the foodie, for the moments, for the races, for the dancers, for the animals, for the thrills, for the crashes, for the best 12 days of summer. Visit the Erie County Fair August 9th through 20th. Buy your tickets at ecfair.org.
Start your day the Paula's way. Whether you're on your way to the fair or another hometown summer destination, take the great taste of Paula's with you. Donuts, pastries, bagels, beverages, sandwiches, and more. We're family owned and operated. Paula's products are made fresh, the old-fashioned way. Voted #1 by Buffalo Spree Magazine. Paula's Donuts, made with love in Tonawanda, Williamsville, West Seneca, and Larkinville in Buffalo. Get the sweet details at paulasdonuts.com.
Imagine a world without milk. It would be a tragic, tasteless existence. After all, with no cheese, how would anyone know when to smile? With no milk, why would anyone want to? But there is hope. Your Western New York dairy farmers are committed to providing the most wholesome, delicious milk products possible, returning smiles to tables and order in the universe.
So, everyone's okay with a cow in the house?
Milk for Health. The guys with the cows.
Stop by the WBBZ-TV gazebo next to the historical building at the Erie County Fair. Make a $1 donation to Prevention Focus and spin to win the Wheel of Summer Fun, where everyone wins, making safe and healthy happen for hometown kids. With support from Babcha's Pierogi, Salvatore's Pizza, Stolat Restaurant, and Chef's Restaurant. Look for the WBBZ-TV gazebo at the Erie County Fair, August 9th through the 20th.
Welcome back to Fair Day Live.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for those gates to open. Plenty of things to do today at the fair. Let's give you a quick rundown. We've got our 2 ceremonies tonight. The firefighter honoree of the day is Julius Leone. That ceremony is at 6 p.m. outside of the Fireman's Building. And then at 6:30 down the way in Slade Park, it's our flag retreat ceremony. Our honoree of the day is James Manley. He was in the Air Force from 1968 until 1972. Again, both of those ceremonies so great. The band is there. Stop by and see them. The Open Hog Show is taking place tonight in the Showplex at 7 p.m. And then we've got Buckets and Boards. That's on the Avenue of Flags. Matt Livingston and Gareth Seaver headline this hilarious new act to the fair. And we talked to Derek today for the ATV Big Air Tour. That happens today, 3 and 7 in the grandstand. It is a free show, and it is going to be so much fun. So make sure that you are set. And again, you go to ecfair.org and you're going to get the whole schedule of the events for today, see what's going on. You can look up food as well. As we've been saying, it's the last day for the new food showdown at the fair. Make sure you get that full list of food items, go around, try them, and give them a vote. While you're at ecfair.org, save a couple bucks before you come to the fair. You can grab those tickets for $17. If you want to buy them at the gate, you can do that. Credit card only, $20 at the gate. Kids 12 and under do get in for free, though. Don't forget that. And of course, parking is free as well. And as we learned earlier with AAA, if you get stuck or have a problem, your battery dies, anything, you just tell the parking attendant, I need AAA, and they will help you out. Let's see, what else is going on today at the fair? So much. Where did I tell you to go? ecfair.org. Don't forget, they also have a mobile app as well. Download that and you'll be able to find your way through the fair just fine. And then you'll be able to find us tomorrow because we will be back 8:30 right here on WBBZ and the Erie County Fair Facebook page for Fair Day Live. We'll see you then.
A production fee was paid to WBBZ-TV from the Erie County Agricultural Society for this special presentation, with sponsorship from Milk for Health and Paula's Donuts.